hear me talking about how good it is, right? Well, then I'm just gonna go into the living room and talk about corn to the sofa.
Nothing's too good for Daddy and me. Mom brings Del Monte home.
Purina Puppy Chow helps little puppies grow into big puppies. But then its job is only half done, because even after he looks full grown on the outside, inside his muscles are still forming and his bones are still growing for about a full year. That's why he needs a full year of the extra nutrition in Puppy Chow. Puppy Chow for a full year, till he's full grown.
Decision 88, election update. Here is Tom Brokaw, NBC News.
Good evening. Senator Bob Dole wins a doubleheader tonight in South Dakota and in Minnesota. Let us show you our projections now in those Midwestern states. Dole is our projected winner in South Dakota, and a very impressive showing tonight in Minnesota as well for Senator Bob Dole. And look what else happened in Minnesota. Pat Robertson, our projected runner-up, beating out Vice President George Bush. On the Democratic side, in South Dakota, Missouri Congressman Richard Gephardt, our projected winner over Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis. The vote now in South Dakota. As you can see, more than half of the vote has been counted. A very significant victory tonight for Richard Gephardt. It is his second Midwestern win. He won in Iowa, of course. Michael Dukakis spent a lot of money in South Dakota and was well organized but fell off the pace in the closing hours of the campaign. And Al Gore, who is trying to demonstrate that he's a national candidate, not just a regional candidate, gets only 8% of the vote. On the Republican side, Bob Dole, the winner in South Dakota, and another close race for second place between Robertson and Bush. If Robertson beats Bush here, it will be the third time that he has defeated the sitting vice president in the rural Midwest. So that would not be a good night for Vice President George Bush. We'll have a complete wrap-up on all of this tonight, including interviews with Gephardt and Dukakis at 11:30, 10:30 Central Time. For now, I'm Tom Brokaw, NBC News, New York.
Come on, you guys. The sun's already up. It's going to be a golden day.
Let's eat.
Oh, those golden grahams. Oh, those golden grahams. Crispy, crunchy graham cereal, family breakfast treat. Oh, those golden grahams. Oh, those golden grahams. Golden honey, just a touch with Graham's golden wheat.
It's a great tasting part of a complete breakfast for the whole family.
Try those golden grahams and have a golden day.
After you take away the bread, cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, and mayonnaise, what have you got? Well, with Oscar Mayer bologna, you've got meat, and lots of it. Cuts from the beef brisket, chuck, round and flank. Cuts of pork side and shoulder, never cereal or filler. Oscar Mayer bologna. The beginning of a beautiful sandwich.
When can I pick up the pictures?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay, let me make a note of that.
You gonna write it down there?
I was going to,
Oh,
yeah.
well, then let's say Tuesday.
You mean 2 days earlier?
No, 5 days later.
5 days later, I thought as much.
If this customer were at a Photomat store, we'd be introducing him to our brand new picture pickup promise. Photomat's way of telling you exactly when your pictures will be ready.
That quick?
Sure, and if it doesn't work out, you get a free roll of film.
Oh, no. You get in trouble for
It's
that.
no problem.
Huh?
It's a Photomat policy.
The Photomat picture pickup promise.
Is there a Photomat store around here?
Saturday, the fun starts when Nancy meets Francie, Sunshine's mom.
Actually, we live a very quiet life here. Oh, I love you. And what do you call this? Bad timing.
Then there's a fire at the fishes.
The empty house 2 doors down, it's on fire.
Could Victor be a firebug?
These children are under my supervision.
Go fish!
And Starsky and Hutch are set up by the mob. Right after Blansky's Beauties and Fish.
I can't believe this. You know, Gravy Train's really been improved. Look how the guys go for it. It's a big improvement because Gaines just added a natural beef flavor. Improved Gravy Train even looks different. And dogs can taste the difference, wet or dry. Tests show they prefer its new beefy taste over old Gravy Train 3 to 1. It's fully nutritious, too. New Gravy Train, a big improvement in taste. Right, guys?
I missed my big chance last time. Angie, I'm not going to miss it again. There it is.
That's the Athena 2000 electronic machine by Singer. It's $100 off. Push these buttons. It sews 25 stitches.
beautiful.
Even measures buttons and makes buttonholes to fit in one step. If you missed your chance last time, the big singer sale is back.
Hey, Debbie, if you was my mother, what would you think of your son now? Huh?
You're the Pepsi generation. Come and have a Pepsi day. Come on, come on, come on and taste the Pepsi way. Come on, come on, come on and have a Pepsi day. Wrap a thirsty smile around it. Raise a Pepsi up and down it. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Have a Pepsi day.
Gestures you make will...
Are your teeth really their whitest up close? Is your breath really its freshest up close? They can be with new Close-Up, the toothpaste and mouthwash in one. Clear Red Close-Up has 2 whiteners that get teeth whiter than the toothpaste most people use, and a real mouthwash. So it not only gets your breath close-up fresh, it also gets your teeth close-up white. Close-Up is for close-ups.
This is Professor Goody speaking to you from a diving bell 400 feet beneath the ocean, where I'm about to prepare some delicious Aunt Jemima frozen waffles just for me, not for that pesky waffle whipper.
Waffle, waffle, waffle.
I take them from the freezer, pop them into the toaster, and light, crisp, golden brown with Aunt Jemima syrup on them. Aunt Jemima waffles for kids who like a square meal for breakfast.
Waffle, waffle, waffle. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Waffle, waffle, waffle.
Wallace, please, stop! All right, Wallace, won't you join me?
Waffle, 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 waffle. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Waffle, waffle.
That's a waffle whipper whipping an Aunt Jemima waffle. They're in your grocer's freezer. Is there a waffle whipper at your house?
Waffle, waffle.
A bunch of kids looking for action. So what's doing out on the street? Is this the way we ought to use our boy power? Think about it. America's manpower begins with boy power. Let's not waste it. Be a volunteer worker with the Boy Scouts.
All over the world, the word for great coffee flavor is Nescafe.
We're the world's favorite brand of instant coffees.
In America, Nescafe's great flavor comes 2 ways.
We're the world's best-selling too.
Nescafe Regular in the red label.
If Nescafe can please the whole wide world.
And now Nescafe Decaffeinated in the green label.
We can sure please you.
Same kind of flavor. Nescafe Regular, Nescafe Decaffeinated. What's your pleasure?
When the family's all together, life's the best that it can be. Life's more fun when you're munching when you're munching Fritos. 'Cause Fritos goes with fun, and fun makes family memories. And old or young, life's more fun when you're munching Fritos. Munching Fritos. Life's more fun when you're munching one, when you're munching one, when you're munching Fritos. Life's more fun when you're munching one, when you're munching Fritos. Grand corn chips.
Don't come near me.
Thursday, John Amos, Ernest Borgnine, and the cop of the future are set up by a girl on the edge. Then a new puppy brings Chrissy
tickle on the tummy.
Three's Company after Future Cop and Barney Miller.
I'll give you $50 for those sneakers.
$50. Okay? You can have them. They're terrible. It's to prove a point. Now, you wash in detergent alone, right?
Yeah. Okay. Let's wash this sneaker in detergent alone and this one in the same detergent plus Clorox bleach. Now, see any cleaning difference?
The one I wash with my detergent is just dirty. The one washed with Clorox looks so clean.
Clorox Clean. People can see the difference.
Hey, who woke me up? Oh, sorry, Cuckoo. It's this cold. I'm stuffy and my sinuses, oh.
Try 4-way long-acting nasal spray, Nose. It relieves stuffy noses and sinuses up to 10 hours to help you breathe easier so you can fall asleep easier.
Hey, that's a blast.
A blast that lasts all night.
Thanks, Cuckoo. Your timing's right on the nose. 4-way long-acting nasal spray. The blast that lasts all night.
It's not too sweet. It's refreshing, crisp, and neat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale. It's not too sweet.
It's not too sweet. I repeat, it's not too sweet. Canada Dry cools your thirst. It's a taste that can't be beat.
It's not too sweet. It's a cold, refreshing treat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale. It's not too sweet.
Regular or diet, it's more refreshing because it's not too sweet.
When entering the world of art, you'd be smart to dress the part. Gentlemen prefer Hanes, with all the ladies draped in crepe. The artist loves the human shape. Gentlemen prefer Hanes. Hanes will make you smooth and silky, shapely, sexy. Wear a pair and you could be captured for posterity. Gentlemen prefer Hanes.
I hereby dub you the Easter Bunny.
Wednesday, a special family presentation narrated by Fred Astaire.
The Easter Bunny is coming to town today.
Let's all have a happy Easter.
The Easter Bunny's coming to town.
We here at the ad agency feel this commercial is provocative, motivating, and really class-a-roo. Now, what do you think, sir?
Only one shoe? Florsheim makes over 256 different styles. Show them all, big, big. What about the craftsmanship? Even our laces are better.
Have lace shoes?
Why don't we show a huge centipede wearing all the Florsheim shoes?
I like that. That could be a musical. Shaboom, shaboom.
Hey, I like that.
I come to show you why mannequin flavor plenty enjoyable. I need water. See, water make leaf stretch. Wrap cigar well. Mouth enjoy flavor. Yes? Mannequin flavor special.
Sheer enjoyment.
Nobody can connect you with more of this country than United Airlines. With low-cost vacations from Hawaii to the New York Islands, to the mountains, to the oceans, to the sunshine, and back again. That's why in the friendly skies we say, your land is our land.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
Danny, sounds like you've accidentally invented a thermochemical energy source.
A scientific wonder becomes a nightmare.
Someone's walking around with enough explosives to turn the city into a pancake.
A power that could mark the beginning of the end for the $6 million man.
How does your daughter feel about the wash? She couldn't care less.
Mrs. Shep just uses detergent alone. Let's see what happens when she adds Clorox bleach to one of her loads.
Which blouse would you rather wear?
This one. This one's much cleaner than this one. It's a good feeling to wear something clean.
Well, I said you wouldn't care. I mean, it's just so much whiter. It's very obvious. That's the Clorox one. There is a definite difference. From now on, we'll just have to use Clorox.
Clorox makes the difference.
I see now that she does care.
Look, Linda, I just bought a new seamless support bra that's so beautiful. I have to show you. Oh, better show you this way. It's the Playtex Support Can Be Beautiful bra, and it's seamless. Don't you love these pretty details? And these smooth, seamless cups. Plus, this secret support designed for real support. And you know, it's so pretty. It makes me feel pretty. The new seamless Support Can Be Beautiful bra from Playtex. Support can be beautiful.
The American Eagle. Goodyear's symbol for its all-American kind of radial tire. Goodyear is committed to product innovation. We introduced rayon cord in tires. We created the polyglass tire and the polysteel radial. And now the American Eagle with belts of Flex 10 cord instead of steel. Flex 10 is made from a flexible man-made aramid fiber that's pound for pound stronger than steel.
The tire for America, the American Eagle, the tire.
Pardon me, what kind of dog food does your dog eat?
Young fella, there's two things I know. Checkers and dogs. Dogs like canned dog food. Especially Herman here.
Do you think he'd like Gaines burgers?
Well, he might. Yeah, leave this to me. Dogs like food that's moist and meaty.
But Gaines burgers are moist and meaty, see?
Go ahead, but...
And they taste terrific.
And you don't know nothing about Checkers, neither.
Gaines burgers dog food. The canned dog food without the can.
I found a recipe you won't find in a cookbook, but it's sure nutritious and a real money saver, too. Take a quart of Carnation Instant Non-Fat Dry Milk. Add a quart of whole milk. Mix, chill, and serve. You get 2 quarts of fresh-tasting low-fat milk and make a real savings on your milk bill. Carnation Instant Milk. Good for you and your budget, too.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds don't. Almond Joy's got real milk chocolate, coconut and munchy nuts too. Mounds got deep dark chocolate and chewy coconut. Ooh. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Peter Paul, Almond Joy's got nuts, Peter Paul, Mounds don't.
Plus, now there's also a new Mounds with creamy rich milk chocolate.
What you're about to see is the world's most revolutionary telephone switching invention. We call it Super Switcher. It has almost no moving parts, yet handles 4 times more calls than its predecessor. It required an investment of $400 million, but should ultimately save $1 billion a year. And soon, every major American area will have one. Looks dull, eh?
Well, imagine that each of these cars is a long-distance call. This new invention can handle over 500,000 an hour. That's 5 days' traffic on a busy Los Angeles freeway. Super Switcher. It should go a long distance to prevent traffic jams on your long-distance calls.
The Bell System. People using technology to help keep down costs and improve service. Keeping your phone system the best in the world.
It's the first show of the new year, and the Captain and Tennille do it right. With their guests Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr., John Biner, Muhammad Ali, and Joe Namath. It's the new 1977 Captain and Tennille.
You are the apple of my eye, yeah. Forever you...
This is a cubic foot. There are 5 more of these inside the new Chevrolet than there are inside this year's older style full-size cars of Chevy's nearest sales competitor. That's based on U.S. government estimates of vehicle interior size as reported in the 1977 EPA Guide for New Car Buyers. The new Chevrolet with 5 more cubic feet of room. It stacks up beautifully. Now that's more like it.
Fellow Americans, stop dragging your feet. Wear kitties when you're going to go out on a date.
Look great.
But do you know your feet need a little love?
Kitty knows.
What an agonizing, enterprising, hard kind of day you spend working overtime. You.
Baseball.
You. You need shoes for it all. I say comfort and style if you're young at heart or young enough to remember. Come to Kitty and explore. At the Great American, Great American, Great American Shoe Store.
What's behind the brand of hot dogs you buy? You know you're getting solid value with Oscar Mayer and quality trusted for generations. There's wholesome meat protein from solid cuts of meat. The only meat Oscar Mayer uses. U.S. government inspected. Oscar Mayer selected. Oscar Mayer wieners and beef franks in handy twin packs. The flavor's as good as the good meat itself. Oscar Mayer, America's #1.
When
When did you start baking from scratch?
It's not scratch, Mom. It's new Pillsbury Plus.
A yellow cake this firm could only be from scratch.
It's Pillsbury Plus.
A cake this moist could only be from scratch. A cake this rich could only be from scratch.
It's Pillsbury Plus. The plus is pudding. Pudding right in the mix to add that moistness.
Rich flavor. New Pillsbury Plus, huh? Looks like scratch has met its match.
Cut. Reload. That's a complicated-looking machine, isn't it? Funny thing is, a lot of people still think that taking home movies is that complicated, too. If that were true, believe me, I wouldn't take them. For instance, he's reloading the film. Let me show you how easy Kodak has made it for you and me with a Kodak Instamatic movie camera. You finish one roll of film, drop another one in, you're all set. How you doing, Charlie? Taking home movies couldn't be much easier than that, could it? You know, now is the time to start, too. When the kids are growing up, you're on your vacation, save the action and the color in movies. With Kodak projectors, movies are easy to show, too. And cameras start at less than $35. Actually, you know what Kodak does for you?
Try a taste of martini. The most beautiful drink in the world is the bright one, the right one. It's martini. Anytime, any place, anywhere. There's a wonderful world you can share in the bright taste of the right one. That's martini.
Why are women so happy about new Tickle antiperspirant? Is it because Tickle is the first roll-on with a big, wide ball? Is it because Tickle comes in 4 fresh fragrances? Or is it because Tickle helps keep you dry all day? Make yourself happy. Staying drier is nicer with a little Tickle.
Gentlemen, ladies, welcome to General Foods. Today, we're proud to announce a breakthrough in coffee. We're introducing the Perfect Cup. At first, I'd like you all to taste this new product, and then I'd be happy to answer any questions. Yes.
It's rich. All right, how'd you do it?
We discovered a process that removes bitter taste. Ma'am.
What kind of process?
We found that roughness and bitter taste went out as we reduced the caffeine down to 50%.
50%? Explain why you went to 50.
Let me show you. Run the film, Mike.
Smoothness and richness take over when there's 50% less caffeine than regular coffee. The Perfect Cup.
As simple as it sounds, that's the breakthrough. And speaking of a breakthrough, let's have a coffee break.
Introducing the Perfect Cup. Once you taste this coffee, you'll have no questions.
Well, you really did it to yourself this time.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is.
Ah, those lovely bubbles. Bursting into action, instantly soothing your upset stomach and speeding relief to your aching head. Alka-Seltzer works fast.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Hello, young waffle lovers, wherever you are. Professor Goody here, high up in this bell tower. And just so that pesky waffle woofer won't follow me, I'm pulling all the ladders up behind me. There, safe at last. Now to pop a couple of delicious Aunt Jemima frozen waffles into my trusty toaster. So light, crisp, golden brown. Oh, I could hardly wait. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Waffle, 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 waffle. Sorry, Wallace. These Aunt Jemima waffles are just for me. Waffle, 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 waffle. Hey, now. Waffle. Wallace, please. Waffle, 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 waffle. Oh, very well, Wallace. Won't you join me? Waffle, waffle, waffle.
This is a waffle whitter whipping an Aunt Jemima waffle. You'll find them in your grocer's freezer.
Is there a waffle whiffer at your house? Waffle?
Cost of living got you down.
Prices are so high, I take a ladder to go shopping.
Cost of living got you down.
Money used to burn a hole in my pocket. Now it isn't even there long enough to get warm.
There's one bargain left in town.
Campbell's Soups. Try chicken with rice. Best parts of the chicken, fluffy rice, and 2 chicken stocks for extra flavor. About 6 cents a 7-ounce serving.
Sit right down and get your Campbell's worth.
Birth defects strike over 250,000 infants a year in this country alone. What can we do about it? Plenty. You know, research has shown that some birth defects can be prevented by proper prenatal care, and that includes good nutrition.
Yeah, that's not bad, but 4 pounds in 2 weeks isn't terrific.
I'm Mark Hamill asking you to protect the unborn and the newborn.
Those dirty rings. You'd scrub them, soak them, even bleach them. And you can still come out with... Ring around the collar! Now, try whisk around the collar. Pour concentrated whisk right on the dirt. It sinks in, starts to clean before you start to wash. Whisk around the collar beats ring around the collar every time. Whisk.
Here's Lucy. Was brought to you by Whisk. Whisk around the collar beats ring around the collar.
Mother Care take care of you before you're born and when you're...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mother Care, go up to 10.
You can go there when you're big, go there when you're small. You can go before you've scarcely been anywhere at all.
Now Mother Care, go up to 10.
At Mother Care, you're sure that the prices will be right for a grown-up girl or a tiny little mite.
Now Mother Care, go up to 10.
Such special care, such sensible prices for mothers-to-be and children up to...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Happy families, Mother Care, go up to 10.
Fireplaces glowing, icicles growing, hearts overflowing with cheer. It's that wonderful season we all find so pleasing, the Toys R Us time of year. The world's biggest toy stores, Toys R Us. The biggest selection, Toys R Us. It's the Toys R Us time of year. Toys R Us.
My name is Mr. Bubble. Let me show you tubs of fun.
You can be a bubble nose.
With Mr. Bubble.
You can have some bubble toes.
With Mr. Bubble.
Or be a bobblehead.
With Mr. Bubble. I'm safe and gentle, and I make getting clean almost as much fun as getting dirty. Have a tub of fun with Mr. Bubble. He makes getting clean almost as much fun as getting dirty. Mr. Bubble.
What makes you think I'm a spy?
Two-way radio? Micro tape recorder?
What makes you think I'm a spy?
On what?
Chocolate. Minstrels. Not like ordinary chocolate. Crisp sugar shell on the outside and surprise, surprise, smooth milk chocolate on the inside.
Chocolate?
Mm-hmm.
You do surprise me.
Minstrels. One of life's more pleasant surprises. Candy crisp, chocolate smooth.
Good morning, yeah. How are we today?
What's going on, people?
I am whooped. Well, I get up at 4 in the morning to do this, so, and I'm like up at 3 going, is it 4 yet? Hot coffee. Nice bong loads. Yeah, cool buzz. Far out. Yeah, this is the way to start a day, man.
I'm in it to live it.
I ain't in it to win it. I'm in it just to live it. That's it.
'Cause, you know.
Totally. So, today is Television Tuesday here on Mornings. We are discussing Lance Kerwin all week, somebody from my hometown area. Unfortunately, he passed away a couple of years ago. So, yeah, what a bummer. What a bummer. You know what? I was digging through stuff for this week, and I realized that I have two more TV guides for this week. And one of them is a 1978. The one we had yesterday was, I believe, a 1977. So this is the one we had yesterday, Changing the Shape of Television. That was 1978. This one is 1977. And I have one here from 1982. Indiana. This one is from Warsaw, Indiana. That's heavy. So let's take a look at a Tuesday from 1982. Right? It is Tuesday, right? Shit. Totally. So we're going to do that. I've got the TV guide here. I actually would like to get into something else this morning. I got something on my mind. I got nothing to talk about. I got nothing. Hey, good morning, Joey. You have a sore throat. Did you catch it from me? Did you stay over here too long the other day? Because I got a little bit of something going on here. Do you ever get those little white deposits on your tonsils? Because that'll make your throat hurt and make you feel like you got something on the back of your throat. Totally. I've never had them before. Just recently I got those little white deposits on my tonsils. Sore throat, it's always good to gargle with salt water. A spoon of salt in a 8-ounce cup of water. Gargle real good in the back of your throat. Also, echinacea with golden seal. Allergies. Well, then definitely echinacea with golden seal, vitamin C. We take those two in combination when we start feeling a little woozy, a little sick, a little stuffy. We just take a couple of those a day each with meals for like 3 or 4 days. And it's like the emergency. It's kind of like doing that. And drink a lot of water. That's all I got, buddy. That's all I got. Let me know if you find one of the little white deposit things on your tonsil. Weird stuff. So how's it going, dude? It is totally Television Tuesday. And the album for the day. The album for the day is one of my favorites. So let's see here. This is Paul Simon, There Goes Ryman Simon. This is a great fucking album. It has got just some great music on it. Yeah. Because I like that vignette darkness around the camera lens. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Yeah. American Tune, Take Me to the Mardi Gras, One Man's Ceiling is Another Man's Floor, Something So Right, Tenderness, Love Me Like a Rock, St. Judy's Comet, Learn How to Fall, and Was a Sunny Day. This is the album of the day. Yesterday was Asia. Good stuff. Good stuff. Gonna go to sleep already, huh? Alright, well, take some pills and drink some stuff and hit the sack, man. Oh, before you lay down, eat some honey and lemon if you have any. If anything, honey. Everybody's always got honey. Do a couple of spoons of honey. It does wonders, making you feel good and keeps you from coughing. It's just good, natural stuff. Alright, peace, dude. Take it easy. Stop by when you're feeling better. Take some time off from work. That's what you should do. That's it. We're allowed to be sick. So, take it easy, brother. And I will see you on the flippity flip-flop. Totally. It's time for bong hits. It's just that time. I gotta do it, man. I just gotta do it. I gotta just see you later, brother. Have a good one. I gotta go to Palm Desert today, to the campus, so I'm gonna be busy today. I think this morning I'm gonna be trying to upload some stuff, or at least create some stuff for uploading. I did 2 weeks last week, so if I can stay on that schedule and try to upload a couple of weeks every week, then I'll hit my goal of being, a month ahead for August. That's all I want. I just want to stay ahead so that when we get to August, I'm free and clear for a month. Because I got a lot of crap going on. And it's already the end of April here. My daughter said she's got like 3 weeks left of this semester at university, which is excellent. It's great for me because I get to stop driving, but it's excellent for her because she deserves a break. She busts her ass all week long, every week, for like 15, 16 years. How long has she been in school? She's been busting her ass for 15 years in school. That's a lot of school. She's 20, and she's been in school since kindergarten. She was right on the cusp. If she was a couple of weeks later, she would have had to wait until she was almost 6 to start kindergarten. But she was right on the edge, so she got to start kindergarten when she was 4. Because she turned 5 like a week or like a month after school starts, so that's cool. And the fact that she went into kindergarten already knowing how to read and write, which was pretty heavy. She had a great babysitter. We didn't do babysitters, but we had a neighbor friend who was just really good with kids. And on occasion, during that time period that she was not in school, occasionally my wife would go to work with me, and because her job was pretty much staying at home with our daughter until she got into school, and then her career was that of working mother, but not until and then mom would only work during the time that our daughter was in school. She was always at home, always in the morning. I mean, she was there all the time for Natalie, so that's cool. And then, the kid grew up. Just like that, they grow up. One day they're in kindergarten, and the next day they're finishing their first year at university. I like to show off. I like to brag. I can't help it. Finishing her first year at university after having graduated college with 3 degrees, no less than 3 degrees in 2 years at college. She got a transfer degree in psychology. She got a general education degree, an associate of arts degree, and then she also got a liberal arts degree because she did enough classes to gather all of those. Hey, isn't that fucking awesome? That is just so sweet that she was able to put in the time and to be smart enough to go after this stuff. Somebody says, hey, guess what? She's like, yeah, Dad, guess what? You go for it, girl. I'm going for it. She did. She did this all on her own. All the college, all the university. Not one red cent from her parents. She did this all on her own through scholarships and grants. She never got a loan. She refuses to do loans. They're not guaranteed anymore. And they're shit. Don't get loans. When I was going to trade school in the early 90s, I had to get loans because I was convinced by the people that I had to get loans, and it was bullshit. See, the smart thing to do is when you graduate high school, stay in school. Most schools, if you graduate from your high school, any college nearby will take you and not charge you for your tuition. Period. So graduate from your high school, go to your local college for free, get grants and scholarships while going to that college for free. Save all that money. That money's yours, all right? You get grants, you get programs that buy you books. You go after all of that so you don't spend any money out of pocket. I think the only money that we spent out of pocket for our daughter for school was her first semester. Her grant money had not kicked in yet, and so we bought her first batch of books. Spent hundreds of dollars and bought her first batch of books so that she could go into class on the first day and have everything, which is what I did, because it just makes you feel comfortable. It makes you feel unstoppable. If you have to go into class and wait that first semester and not know what's going on, and they're talking about a book and you don't have the book and you're not sure when you're going to get it because you're not, this stuff's not going to kick in for a week or so, and it's like, it's a bummer. And I remember that from when I went to college, that the first semester, the first day, you want to go in completely prepared. Now, the next semester, you've got money. You know what classes are coming up, what you're going to have to deal with. You can figure out on that first day in class if you need to buy books or not. And then if you do, can you buy an older edition, two or three editions older, right? You buy your books for pennies on the dollar. You wait a couple of days, you get your shit in the mail. The following week, you go to school completely prepared. You catch up. That's it. But you save so much money. Knowing what she knew and how to deal with college helped her to navigate the university and get her lots of money at the university. Scholarships and grants and whatever she can get through financial aid, she goes after. She hears about something, she goes after it. She's constantly filling out applications for scholarships and grants and shit. It's important. It's important. Since we're dirt poor, she could usually get, she's usually accepted for all of those things. It's pretty cool. Wow. Yeah. Totally, man. So, I'm trying to figure out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my little old Sharp video camera over here on this end of the room, pointing down at me from there, into this corner, because I don't have this angle yet, and then pop it on the TV behind me. And then, oh look, there's Budman. There's my lava lamp. Lava lamp was kicking ass this morning. Totally, man. He's fucking A, man. Fucking A. I think I'm gonna do some bong hits. I'm looking at my lovely secretary here, sitting here on my desk next to my typewriter, and I think I'm gonna dust her off a little bit, and then I'll give you a quick glimpse. I'll give you a quick glimpse of my secretary. There you go. Just a quick shot. You ready? There she is. Shh, not too much, because I don't want to get you guys too excited. She's beautiful. I love her. I have no idea who she is. I just know that she's the girl of my dreams, I guess. If I had dreams, I don't know. I tell you what, though, I'd rather sit on the couch and watch TV with my wife than any other person in the world. Any other person. It don't matter what we're watching. We're watching her cold case files or forensic files or whatever that crap is. She watches old stuff, too. She just watches different old stuff. Old, you know, blood and gut stuff. She said she was watching one of those forensic file old, you know, and they were looking back at the Rajneeshi in Oregon and the poisoning and stuff that happened. That was pretty heavy. That was pretty weird. Pretty heavy stuff. Yeah. No, really. Yeah. The niche. Totally niche, man. I like this angle. I got a good thing going on here. I like this. This is a good thing. I'm just looking at my desk. You can see one happy face cup. I've got a happy face cookie jar back here that says, "Have a happy day." And then on the wall over there, I've got a clock. It's an old clock with a happy face on it. My happy day clock. I think I'm going to try to incorporate as much of my stuff into this room as possible. Yeah. Even, I think what we'll do someday is bring over a reel-to-reel, and I'm just going to set the reel-to-reel right on the desk facing up so we can see the reels from the camera. And we'll do reel-to-reel that way, right? And listen to stuff. At some point on a Throwback Thursday, Flashback Friday, I am going to be bringing some of my old video stuff to you. Stuff from when I was in grade school. And my father was going to university, and he would bring home video cameras before there were camcorders. So, yeah, he would bring home these great big studio type cameras. A lot of fun. And I have several of those old cameras and old tape recorders and portable devices and stuff from back in 1982. And at some point, we'll get to that. We'll dig it out. I'm hoping you like the new digs here. I rearranged stuff a wee bit, a tad. It looks like things are crooked in here, but that's just because this camera is facing straight at this room, but then it's turned just a little bit, so it makes everything kind of lean, right? So at some point I may get in there, and it's just a camera hanging on a shelf bracket, so if I can get in there and twist it and make it dangle correctly, that'd be fucking great. Yeah. Oh, look, I got a loaded bong hit here. I was just all ready already. Speaking of bong, there's my graphics bong back there. One of the replacements from my past. One of the replacement items. If you notice, the electric guitar is missing. I put it back in its case because I did all this rearranging in here. This week's schedule, I was surprised that I got this done. I literally had to take this shelving stuff here off of this wall over here and move this desk over, and then move my video control unit out away from the wall into the desk, and then take my little table that was here and put it over there, take the bookshelf that was here and put it here, and then put up these shelves over here. I mean, it literally took me the morning, a couple of hours, and then I was cleaning a house, and then at the grocery store, and then spending the rest of the day dicking around. I finally took a nap yesterday. I better take this bong hit. I finally laid down yesterday about 2:30, 2:45. I might have dozed off during that hour or so, but I did get rested for Minecrafting, so I had fun on last night's Minecrafting show. Pardon me. I should have a cough button, right? Arr. Yeah, push a button and it coughs. Arr, arr. I haven't moved my coffee cup warmer over here yet. It's still sitting up here. I need to dust it off, unplug it, and park it on my table here on the corner so that I can keep my coffee hot while I'm working here. Yes, this is work. This is my job. I do not get paid. It is a non-profit channel. I do this for me. I do this for posterity, and I do this for like-minded individuals out there. In other words, if you're a frickin' kook, you're going to love this shit. I don't do drama. If you show up with drama here on the show or in my life, more than likely I'll listen and I'll try to understand, but also more than likely I'll just say adios, you know. Come back with less drama if you want to hang out. There are people in my personal life who have caused me great drama. And it's like, do I want to make the decision to allow those people back into my life on the chance that I'm not going to get more drama? It's like, you know what? I don't have enough time left to have to deal with somebody else's, drama, right? I don't know what's going to offend somebody, having a text conversation with somebody. Don't say, if you can't say anything, well, what's going to offend you? Speaking the truth is offensive, then I'm probably not going to get back to you. I'm just going to let it lie. Just let it lie there. Better for me, better for you, better for the whole world. Yeah. I like to think, you know what? I like to look back at the good happy and remember that and leave it at that, right? There's no sense in trying to create new happy when it hasn't really worked the last few times. So why keep trying to do new happy? You know what? Live with the old happy. Be happy with the old happy, because that's all you're going to get. That's why I live in the past. I live in the past because there ain't much about the present other than my wife, daughter, and my dogs, and my digs, because this place it's falling apart. It's falling into the depths of hell. It's just, it's a mobile home. It's eventually going to collapse because I haven't got the strength to deal with it. But I love this place. You know, I'm in pain 24/7. I feel miserable all the time, yet I'm like the happiest I've been in my entire life. So what do you do? What do you do? How do you, you know, be happy? That's what you do. You just be happy. Every day the alarm goes off, or I'm sitting there anticipating getting up and doing this. It's a good day. Any day that I open my eyes and they still work, and I still open onto this world, yeah, happy days, good times. Yeah, you got to be happy about the little things, and then the big things that make you unhappy, they're not so big, right? The little things. It's the little things that keep you happy. Hot coffee, a good buzz, nice bong hits, you know, that's important right there. It's the little things. A happy daughter, you know. Hey, Dad, got a gummy? I'm going to go chill. I don't have any homework. I finished all my homework. And I'm like, yeah, you go rock out on your video game and de-school, you know. Hell yeah. I'm real happy with my life. As miserable as I am inside of it, everything else is just, you know, it ain't perfect. We dropped the van off at the mechanic yesterday. He got back to me before the end of the day, before I Minecrafted, and said he got a couple of codes. He checked them out. He's going to look into it further. He got the codes and did some research. Now he's going to, today, find out physically what is happening with the vehicle. The code says this, which could cause the problem I'm having. So let's check it out. So he's going to have it for a day or two and dig into it. Hopefully he'll say, let's replace this and this and see what happens. And then we'll do that. We'll bring it home, we'll drive it, and then it'll either be yes or no. I'm assuming that even if it is all 8 of the ignition coils, if he says there's 8 of them, I think I replaced a coil. Even if it is all 8, if there are 8, replace them all. And then I still want to replace the fuel pump and the fuel filter. The thing sat most of its life, right? So it just, I think it just really needs new stuff. Let's replace sensors and relays and whatever, you know. All right, I'm going to heat up this coffee. Let's get you a long shot here. Ah, yeah. Eventually I'll get a videotape to put on that TV too. That'll be nice. All right, let me heat up my coffee, and then we'll read a little bit from TV Guide. Because I think that's pretty much what we're doing today. I don't have the boxes up yet this week. The daily cardboard boxes of stuff, because we're pretty much just talking about Lance Kerwin today. You know what? I was thinking about the little things in life, the little things. Just now while heating up my coffee, thinking, hot coffee. It's just little things in life that make you happy, right? And I was thinking, oh shit, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, it's the little things in life. That's it. That's all it is. Totally. I think we should do some more bong hits. Oh, little things. Yep. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, huh? I don't know. Nothing, that's it. Oh, look, and it's already ready already. I'm just too good. I'm just too good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lance Kerwin week. We're going to talk about, today we're going to talk about me and my dad's new wife. ABC after school special made for kids movie. They did a lot of these. ABC was really famous. ABC was Disney. So ABC really cranked out a lot of great television. It really did. And then also, Lance Kerwin had a small role on an episode of, well, he had a major role on an episode of Shazam, a 1970s TV show, back when Captain Marvel was still a white guy. And now Captain Marvel is anybody and anything, but mostly female. So, good on you. I don't, for me, I don't care if you usurp things and change them around to suit the times. That's fine. Just don't mess with stuff that's mine, right? Like Magnum PI and making Higgins a woman. Oh, come on. That's just pathetic. It really is. What, so you could have a romance between Magnum and Higgins? No, I would have preferred they take it and do something different. Now, had they said, look, this is the son of Magnum and the daughter of Higgins, and let's see what happens in a new... No, but they're trying to go back and rewrite history, and that's just stupid to... when the whole show was steeped in the 1980s. And now they're in the present, and they're just thumbing their noses at the past. It's, come on. Come on. Yeah. Totally, man. Totally. I had some thoughts on something, and of course I was doing the coffee and then sidetracked myself, which is dumb, because every time I sidetrack myself, I lose my place. So that's okay. That's all right. Little things in life. We got a TV guide here from 1980. And it looks like a guy, right? That's Ingrid Bergman, as is a woman. I want to be alone. She is on the cover of this TV guide from April 24th through April 30, 1982. So that's right now, right here. In this show is like set in 1982, 1983, with an eye to 1989, right? This show encompasses all of the 80s and 70s. And a little bit of the 90s. So Tuesday morning, Daybreak with Judy Moen. So this is Indiana. This is the Indiana edition. Right. Captain Kangaroo. It's all pretty much the same shows. Bullwinkle, Daybreak, Magilla Gorilla. 1982. So we're going to have some 82 stuff. Smokey Bites the Dust. That's a good movie. Yeah, Phil Donahue. Different Strokes at 9 a.m. One Day at a Time. Any movies? Kips. Michael Redgrave. The Maverick Queen. Barbara Stanwyck. Blue Murder at St. Trinman's comedy. There you go. Yeah, man. Oh, then we get into the soap operas. Oy. doctors. And all my children, young and the restless, one day at a time. Oh, that's that other show. What other serials do we have on 1982? Search for Tomorrow, Ryan's Hope, Another Life. Yeah, at noon, Days of Our Lives, Another Life. Dude. Days of Our Lives, As the World Turns, Ryan's Hoop. One Life to Live, Another World. There's a lot of these repeats. Jeez. Back and forth. Capital. There's a serial for you. Capital. General Hospital. Chips is on at 2. So it would have been on at 3 or 4, which is probably the time that I would have been watching it after school, because in Pacific Coast it would have been later in the day. But yeah, there's 2 episodes of Chips at 2 and 2:30 in the afternoon. Well, now I watch Chips all the time right now. That's one of those shows that's pretty much always... I left it on for the dogs the other day when we went to Jose's birthday party. That was pretty cool. I got back and they had gotten through a whole season. That was neato, man. Call Me Buana, Bob Hope. 1963. 3 in the afternoon. Bionic Woman. Muppets Show. Little House on the Prairie. John Davidson. Wow. Didn't he do That's Incredible? That's incredible. That's totally incredible. I'm so incredible. Yeah. Just the usual stuff. Muppets, Big Valley, Sesame Street, Leave It to Beaver, Barnaby Jones, MASH, Andy Griffith, Happy Days Again. And then shows like Our Magazine, Special Treat, you know, that kind of stuff. The usual cartoons, Tom and Jerry, Gilligan's Island, Mr. Rogers, Hot Lid and Cold Feet movie, 1978. We got Brady Bunch. At 4:30, we got Gilligan's Island, Merv Griffin with Orson Welles, Richard Rodriguez. Walton's, Happy Days Again, Laverne and Shirley and Company, Brady Bunch, Walton's, Electric Company. 5. Let's go to 6 o'clock. Barney Miller. Wojo is bitten by a possibly rabid German Shepherd. Or maybe he just ate an Alka-Seltzer. Let's see. 6:30. So it's pretty much the same thing all day long. Happy Days Again, MASH, Muppet Show, Laverne and Shirley and Company, Wild World of Animals, MASH, Entertainment Tonight, Steven Spielberg is on. There you go, Tic-Tac-Doe. 7 o'clock, QED Adventures, Sam Waterston, A.C. Wary. It's a adventure series. Never heard of it. Brett Maverick with James Garner. That's a 60-minute show. Happy Days at 7, repeat. Some documentary and news programs, magazine programs. Smokey Bites the Dust Again. That's HBO, by the way. So at some point I can look to the front where it'll have a list of all of the movies that are coming on throughout the week. And I'll probably take a look at that so I can get an idea of what movies were popular. Okay, at 8 o'clock, movie, The Jane Mansfield Story with Lonnie Anderson. And Mickey is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay. The Jane Mansfield Story with Arnold as Mickey. We're going to have to just check. Bear with me. Jane Mansfield. Is that... where is it? Where, there you are. Jane. We got to put a Y in there. Jane Mansfield. I-E. Story Lonnie Anderson. And it is 19. It's a repeat. A 1980 TV movie. Okay. Okay. So 1980. So that's going to be pretty early in Schwarzenegger's career there. So let's hope we can find that. Take a look at that. That'd be great. That'd be freaking great, man. What else do we have on? Flamingo Road. Three's Company, which would probably be on in our house. Because it was light and easy and carefree. Then we got Too Close for Comfort after Three's Company, which is that Ted Knight show that I was trying to think of the other day. And it's possible that he has passed away, because he did pass away. And Randall Carver, right? Lydia Cornell, Deborah Vanderberg. He did pass away, but I don't remember when, so we'll have to look that up. Ted Knight. Ted Knight. I think it was a K. Totally, man. So what else is on right now at 8 o'clock? Don Rickles show. The Master... Oh, on HBO, Don Rickles, joined by Bruce Baum, Jackie Wakefield, Johnny Yoon, Pudgy, and Wayland Flowers and Madam. Oh, Wayland Flowers and Madam. I didn't like that. I love ventriloquism, but Wayland Flowers and what is that? What the hell was that guy's name? Wayland Flowers and Madam. I did not like the Madam and the Wayland. It was just creepy. It was just creepy. Some kind of little gnat. Like Nat King Cole? No, definitely not. So what else do we have? At 9, Shape of Things, Eileen Brennan, Donna Dixon, Nancy Dassault, and Rita Moreno do sketches, America's First Female President. So it's a female sketch comedy thing, I guess. Also at 9, Heart to Heart and American Playhouse. At 9:30, More Precious Water, More Precious Than Oil. It's a report. Once again, the groundwater is contaminated and disappearing. And this is 40 years ago, over 40 years ago. At 10, Starsky and Hutch. Oh, yeah. Twilight Zone. A lot of news. There's an auction that is continuing. And a movie on HBO called Ruckus. Dirk Benedict. Wow. He plays Face on, the A-Team. He was also on Battlestar Galactica, right? And he was that smarmy mouth guy. He always plays the same guy. If you look at him in the movie, and that's one movie where it must be his first acting gig, because he's really looks like he's self-conscious about what he's doing. But that's like the only movie I've seen him in where he doesn't play that smarmy mouth kind of weird little guy. He's kind of like a grown-up version of the middle kid on Home Improvement, right? Jonathan Taylor Thomas, the voice of Simba as a kid. That kid. It's like him all grown up. Let's see. At 10:30, we've got boxing. USA has got some boxing, but at 10:30 we've got Alice. The Tonight Show with Paul Sorvino, Andy Williams, Saturday night. It's not called Saturday Night Live yet. Usually in the channel, in the, I think because it's not live, it's just reruns because, well, it's 10:30. So this is a rerun of Candice Bergen, Frank Zappa. So that's an older show. At 11 Saturday night, that's probably the same show because there's nothing. Star Trek at 11. Jack the Ripper terrorizes criminal-free planet. Oh, nice. WKRP in Cincinnati at 11:05. Bailey persuades Jennifer to accept a date with Herb. Oi. David Letterman, which in 1982, David Letterman is pretty new to the scene. He had done a morning show, and it didn't do too well. Did some stand-up, did some of this and that. He was floundering until he got the night show, the late night show at 11:30. But he was still, now he's battling Johnny Carson. So, yeah, there you go. Also at 11:30, some Laurel and Hardy. At 11:35, some, what do you call it? Fantasy Island. At 11:40, McCloud. And The Last Married Couple in America on HBO. All My Sons, 1948, at midnight. Devil's Canyon, drama. Dale Robertson, Virginia Mayo. I don't know, Hold the Mayo. Let's see, Entertainment Tonight. At 1, Charlie Rose. Wow, they really make Charlie wait. You can imagine him falling asleep at 12:45. Oh man, I gotta be on it. It's taped. Come on. Let's see. No Minor Vices. Daner Andrews. Daner. The Mountain Men on HBO. John Davison again. Ooh. They put him on at 1:30 at 2 a.m. Now at this point, TV goes on all night long. It used to stop at about 2 in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning. It would stop. All TV would just go boo for a couple of hours. And they would, let everything cool down and reset and reboot shit. At this point, TV is on 24/7 now. MTV is about a year old, about a year and a half old, so actually MTV is less than a year old at this point because it came out in August of 81, and this is only April of 82, so it's not even on the TV guide at this point, MTV. And at some point, MTV is going to start having little shows. It'll just say videos, music videos, and then it'll say this show. But for the longest time, MTV was just music videos, which is what it should have stayed. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. At 3:05 in the morning, HBO The Shining, right? Now at this point in 1982, I believe we're actually going over to Andy's house, to Andrew's house. Back then he was Andy. And sneaking into his house at about 8 or 9 at night while his parents were at work, and staying there all night and partying all night long, and then getting up in the morning and running out before their parents get home. Didn't always work out that way. We didn't always get out in time, and subsequently Andrew would get in trouble. He'd get a punch in the face, and he would claim that it was worth it. I don't know about all that. I am just buzzing through this magazine here to look up what my favorite things are. And they are, well, the ads. The cigarette ads. They're no longer smoking cigarettes in ads, but they are making the ads look really cool. So I'm looking for the movie list. At this point, I think they did a list of the movies for the week, but I might be mistaken. So if I could find that. No, I don't think so. Nope. I think mainly because with the advent of HBO to this, that well, it makes it just hard. It makes it real hard to keep track of all of this stuff. There's, you know, movies, tons of movies on every day, even though a lot of times it's a repeat. So I'm just going to buzz through from Saturday and look up HBO, Hot Lead, and Cold Feet. And then I'm starting from Saturday morning here. Smokey Bites the Dust, Hot Lead and Cold Feet, 1941. That's one that would have been on TV for sure, over at Andrew's house when we were hanging out. It's a funny fucking movie. King of the Mountain. Still just browsing through here, looking up HBO Ruckus. Greatest Sports Rivalries. Video Jukebox. Smokey Bites the Dust. So early on in HBO, they didn't have a lot of movies to choose from. So, Touch for Less, 1941. Hot Lead and Cold Feet. So there's a lot of repeats. Definitely, for sure. Lose up to 20 pounds. There you go. Yeah, baby. So it's just about 6 in the a.m. here. Good old Walt Disney Channel. There we go. And what was great was Disney had their own channel. I think after a while they bought ABC, but they were still putting their, you know, the Walt Disney stuff on CBS and NBC. And yeah, so they were just all over. 1941 again. HBO Terror Train. The Blues Brothers. Here we go. Totally. Still looking through HBO. The Last Married Couple in America. Night Flight on USA. There you go. Kill and Kill Again. HBO Despair. Not rated. Hard Country. Not rated. Yes, let's see. More HBO. Oh no. What no? What no? What? What? The Last Chase. Kill and Kill Again. There's a lot of repeats. Despair. The Big Red One. Ooh, see, there's another one right there. That we would have watched that one because it's got all those young guys in it. So that definitely would have been on. Yeah. That's a good one. Escape from New York. There you go. Okay, so this is right about the time where I would have been ditching school as well. So would this have been 7th grade for me? And I didn't meet Andrew until the next year. Yeah, that was it. So right now, this is actually during the time that I would have been ditching going to Punker Paul's. I spent, the summer of '82 kind of on my own. And then the fall of '82, I'm in the 8th grade and I meet Andrew. '83, and then his brother passes away in late '83, right at the end of '83. So So at this point, I would have been watching that Escape from New York at Punker Paul's house, because that's where I remember seeing that film for the first time, was at Punker Paul's house. See, I talked my coffee cold. All right, I'm going to heat up the coffee, and then we're going to get into something. I don't know what. Let's look at that movie. Well, I'm pretty happy with the way the studio is looking right now, too. Pretty happy. I'm used to kind of a snug fit. That's why I always thought that I'd be great, like in a rocket ship or a space station or a long, deep space reconnaissance type thing, you know? Because I could just, you know, spend so much time alone. Or with one companion, and we spend a lot of time alone and then get together, you know? But that's the only way long, deep space travel would work. You're either asleep the whole time, or the place is big enough that you and a few other people can kind of have their own little world, right? And then a communal area where you can all get together. But you really got to be like-minded. That's why I think it would work if it was just like one or two psychologically fit people, you know, and small quarters, you know. This one room here, I could live the rest of my life in a room this size if it had a little kitchenette and a bathroom added on, and I was just granted a room this size, right? Like from this, not this size, but like this side of the room, and then that side of the room, which is about 20 feet across. So I'm going to say a 12 by 20 room, right? And there can be a kitchenette in that 12 by 20, but the bathroom would have to be kind of a separate add-on piece. And then I could do this whole room here just like this in a glass building, a glass booth, and just spend all of my days in the glass booth without leaving, right? Install me as like a living art exhibit in a mall, and every day I do my thing. The only privacy I really have is my bathroom, and the bathroom would be a secluded, closed off, no, you know, nobody looking in at me while I'm in there at all ever, you know, whether I'm tweezing my eyebrows or taking a leak, it would be, you know, just like that. Just like that. Yeah, yeah, baby. But I could do that. I could totally do that. So if somebody wants to pay me $1 million to stay in a room like that for, you know, give me a time period and give me a dollar amount, And then all it is as long as I get to have whatever I want inside there, right? So you got to give me all my movies, all my records, all my tapes, all of my books, but and allow me the ability to continue doing my show and my channel. That would be it. You could put a camera in every corner and have me live 24/7 on the internet, and you can have glass walls so I can be installed in like a mall, and people can watch me like a caged monkey. That would be crazy. But I've seen a lot of like episodes of Twilight Zone and, you know, movies where it's kind of the same premise. Oh, that's hot. That's great. That's great. It's good and hot. Hot stuff. It's time to do a bongski. And then I think we're going to talk about me and my dad's new wife. Yeah, me and my dad's new wife. I'm going to look up some stuff, and we'll talk about that. Couldn't hurt. Me and my dad's new wife. It is one of the 4 after-school ABC specials that Lance Kerwin was a part of. Now, during that time period, there were a lot of young actors and actresses who took part in the ABC after-school specials. There was always, you know, somebody cool on TV saying, "Hey, man, don't screw around with alcohol, man, because it'll fuck you up like it did to little Timmy." And then we show Timmy getting all fucked up. I don't want to be like Timmy. Totally, man. So, let's see. ABC after school fucking special. I am just going to, well, what I'm going to do here is look to see if I can find my phone. I don't see it anywhere. I see my monitor phone. Usually it's sitting here somewhere. Is it here? No. Here? No. No? Alright, well I'll have to pull from this computer over here. Ah, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, honey. Sugar lamb, darling. Sugar lamb, darling. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we are. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, baby. I am just going to bring up some IMDb information here, because I don't want to see another fucking reboot of the Fantastic Four, okay? It was a great animated series when I was young, but everything since then, there's been like the 1980s, 70s or 80s version TV stuff, live action. Yeah, the one where Michael Chiklis played the rock dude, the Thing, and Jessica Alba, is that her name? Jennifer Alba, Jessica Alba, her. Okay, let's see. We're gonna go to ABC After School Special. There we go. There's 5 episodes he was in. Wow. Hammerman's after you. Psst. I believe I have that on file, the entire episode. The Bridge of Adam Rush, I looked for and could not find. The Amazing Cosmic Awareness of Duffy Moon. Oh, I didn't realize that was one of these. But I was allowed to put it on my channel and watch it. Mainly because it's such a weird frickin' episode, and it's really short. It's a pretty short episode, less than a half an hour. Most of these are like an hour. So, Me and Dad's New Wife, 1976. Let's take a look at that one and see who's in it, because I watched like a minute of it putting together the promo for the week, and I saw a shitload of people in it. I mean, yeah. Like, they're so bad. We got Christy McNichol, right? Lance Kerwin. And Leif Garrett. And Jimmy McNichol. Wow. That is just great. That's freaking fantastic, man. So we got the full cast and crew here. Let me see here. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. There are some other guys in here. Huh. Ned Wilson, Betty Baird. So, the Beckwiths. Roger Nichols is Leif Garrett. Because there are some older people in this that I'm not seeing in the cast. So that's pretty heavy stuff, man. Cookie. Wild, zany. Yeah, the fact that the McNichol siblings are in this is pretty damn cool. That's pretty damn cool stuff. They are kid heroes of mine, because they rocked it. They were so much a part of everything in Hollywood at the time. It was very, very cool to always turn on the TV and see those kids there, you know. And to see Lance Kerwin and Jackie Earl Haley and a lot of those guys. It's just awesome. This is awesome. So let's take a look at his biography and find out a little bit about Lance Kerwin. The guy, the dude, just the regular guy. And from his bio, we could see that he was born November 6, 1960 in Newport Beach, California. So he is a native Southern Californian, as am I. I was born in L.A. General in 68. Wow. And there is nothing here in his biography. A couple of movies. He was an actor known for Outbreak, Enemy Mine, and Salem's Lot. This is true, but come on. I mean, he was a TV star. James at 15, James at 16. You can't even find anything about James at 15, because James at 16 was the big deal. And it overshadowed that. Which I believe James at 15 was the movie, and the show was James at 16. Correct me if I'm wrong. But there you go. So it doesn't really give us a whole lot. We've got some trivia here. His brother Shane used to stand in for him and be his stand-in. And that's just, like, okay, the primary actors would go to their trailers and rehearse their lines, relax, chill out. And then the stand-ins would come in and be there for the lights and the cameras and stuff to set up. And if they needed to shoot somebody's face and just see the corner of somebody's head, they would use the stand-in, because the stand-in was kind of like a double, right? So there's that. Oh, look, it's already loaded. God, I love it when that happens. So his brother used to be his stand-in. Yeah, that's pretty cool. In '89, he was arrested for the possession of crack cocaine in San Francisco. It turned out to be baking soda, and the charges were dropped. Wow. So he either had baking soda on him for some reason, or somebody screwed him over and tried to sell him baking soda, making him think that it was crack cocaine. He graduated from Elsinore Junior High in 1975. Yeah! He's a junior high alumni of mine. We went to the same junior high. The Elsinore Junior High was the second junior high that I went to in my 7th grade year, and the only junior high I went to in my 8th grade year. So there's that. Seventh grade at junior high is where I learned independence. In 1982, at the end of the year, I started ditching, and I ditched for 6 weeks straight. It was a record. And I never got busted. There you go. Let's see. He was a popular and highly appealing child juvenile actor in the 70s, best known for his coming-of-age TV series James at 16 in 1977, and other folksy down-home shows such as The Family Holvac, 1975. He's the youngest of 5 brothers. Was number 82 on VH1's 100 Greatest Kid Stars in 2005. Wow. Nearly all of his acting roles at the height of his stardom were for television. As of 220, he has only made 4 feature films, 3 of which were released in years ending with 5. Escape from Witch Mountain. He played a boy in a striped shirt in 75. Enemy Mine in 85. Outbreak in 95. And Cheering Section in 77. He gave up acting in the mid-90s, but returned to the screen in 2022 for Wind and the Reckoning, filmed in Hawaii. It was his final film role. And if we go back, in 2000, he was living on an LA drug ranch, alcohol ranch called U-Turn for Christ, with his 6-year-old daughter, Savannah, and he recently embarked on a missionary trip to Indonesia and the Philippines. He started smoking pot before the age of 10 and did crack in his 20s. He only became clean and sober in the 90s through his newfound religious beliefs. Good for him. And then finally he moved to Lihu, Hawaii. I don't know if I'm pronouncing L-I-H-U-E. Lihu. He lived in Hawaii he placed on 5 years probation after pleading guilty to theft charge. He falsified documents to obtain state medical assistance and food stamps. That happens. Neglecting to mention he owned 3 properties on the mainland. Oops. All right, so he was there and he was broke and he didn't want to give up his properties over there and he didn't want to talk about it. I could totally understand that. Yeah. So he was living in Hawaii. The last place that he was living was in Hawaii, which is why he filmed The Wind and the Reckoning and had a part in that, because he was an accomplished actor, and it could very well have turned his whole life around had he, just like Jackie Earle Haley kind of dropped out for a while, and then he came back as kind of an adult actor and did some really gritty shit. This could have done it for him, you know. It's kind of it's a huge loss, really. So Lance Kerwin, born November 6, 1960, died January 24th, 2023. He died in San Clemente, California. Ischemic heart disease and atherosclerotic coronary artery disease. Basically, he ate like a normal human is supposed to eat via the admin, and it killed him. Because that's usually how you get those diseases, heart disease and coronary stuff, is by just having a bad diet, improper health maintenance kind of thing. It's the way it goes, man. We all have issues, right? We think they're our own issues, but we share them with so many others, right? Which is why you get those support groups, you know. This is a support group for men with all-day boners. They don't know what to do with them. Yeah, you know what? My trouble is I keep knocking stuff off the fucking table. Every time I turn around, smash, something hits the floor. How do you deal with an all-day boner? I don't know, man. I strap it down. Strap it to my leg. Use another belt. You gotta keep it down, man, or you just knock stuff over. Your wife sees you coming into the room, you know, before you do. There he is. Oh, there he is. Hey, I see you standing back there, but I'm behind the doorway. Yeah, but I can see your boner popping out. Jeez, put your knobby away. Totally, man. Totally, man. Let's see here. We could take a look at one of these other TV guides here. This one here is from oh, this is great. This one is from 1977. And what's great about this one is on the inside, it not only has a great cigarette ad, but it's got something that everybody did when they were young. We sat and we doodled these things, right? And hoped we could win $5,000 in prizes. Usually what you got in the mail was a thing saying, wow, you're great. Why don't you take our course? And for a couple of dollars, we'll send you this. But by the way, just for winning and trying, here's this. And they send you a couple little cheap-ass drawing supplies or something to get you going, wow, I can be an artist. And all the other artists in the world are going, all you got to do is just fucking draw. You don't need them. You want to do it professionally? Well, go to a drawing art school or something. But, you know, for the most part, just pick up a pencil and start drawing. When I was in the 5th grade, I used to sit in the park with a pad of paper and a pencil, and I would just sit there and try to sketch what I saw. That, you know, through my childhood life, drawing was kind of a thing. I never pursued it. Had I'd have been pretty good, because even later in life, in my 40s, when I was going to college out here, the same college my daughter graduated from, I was going to college out here studying art, and I was really good. I'll have to bring in my portfolios and show you all some of my stuff, because some of it's pretty good for a guy who just doodles, you know. So I could have been a contender. Knowing that, I really try to encourage my daughter. She worries about school, psychology, degrees, bachelors, that kind of stuff. She's worried about that. I'm like, well, when you get done with your bachelor's degree, why don't you take your liberal arts degree or your associate of arts degree and go back and go to this college here, take a couple of classes, and then transfer to the university and do an art major and get a bachelor's in art, and then combine your art bachelor's and your psychology bachelor's and figure out where to go from there. Take your other, you know, degree. She got 3 degrees from the college. Take the other one and go get a bachelor's degree in something else, you know. Some kind of social sciences, you know, whatever. But I mean, wouldn't that be great? And just be a career student. Yeah, what am I studying? I'm studying this year, you know. And every year you just improve yourself, you know. After a while, you're the smartest person you know. Where's the harm in that, right? You get summers off. You make pretty good money because, well, you don't spend a lot, right? You're just a student. I know, people are like, that's not how it works. Well, that's how it works in this family. The trash man. But, yeah. That's the plan. Mom and Dad are here for as long as she wants us to be here. If she wants to stay in school for another 10 years, we should stay at home for another 10 years. I don't care, you know. We're kind of a support family. So we're here to support each other. My job is just to support the girls, the family, just to take care of them. And vice versa. Vice versa. I'd love it if she just stayed in school and then maybe dabbled in career aspects, but not until she knows what it is she wants to do. And that doesn't have to be permanent. I'm going to do this and I'm going to be that for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life, I'm going to be a doctor of psychology. You don't have to do that anymore, right? You don't have to spend 40 years, 25 years doing something and then get a gold watch at the end and retire and play golf. You don't have to do that anymore. She could spend the first 10 years of her adult life just going to school and just taking it easy, right? When it comes time to earn, she'll have so many options because she won't be tied down to, you know, the average high school graduate job, factory job, warehouse job, McDonald's, you know, Walmart. What else? You know, a warehouse job, Amazon, driving UPS. I mean, or just being a fucking Uber driver or something, delivery. I mean, there's really not many options out there anymore. So she has to be able to create her own options. And I keep trying to impress upon her, she's not planning her future now. She's planning for her future, so that whatever she decides to do, she's got what it takes to back it up. You know, it don't matter that she's got degrees in this. What's going to matter to whoever wants her is that she's got those degrees, but she went after them. She stuck with it and kept going and going and going, and that's the kind of person they want. They want somebody with drive and stick-to-itiveness, somebody who's not going to stop, you know. So once she finds that thing that she can't stay away from, then she'll know what she wants to do for the rest of her life. It might be fucking video games, and that's fine too, you know. Art and psychology, and merge those together to be a beta tester for video games, or a co-designer, you know. How do we create these characters but give them realistic characteristics, mannerisms, how to make them seem human, psychology, imagination. So yeah, you never know. It's not what she's learned, it's the fact that she's taken the time to go after it and improve herself. That's key, I think. For me as an employer, that's what I would want. You know, have you done this before? No. What have you done? Well, I did a lot of school. I mean, I've got 3 degrees here and a couple of degrees. Well, then yeah, we want you around, because you're somebody who is going to figure it out and stick with it and make it better. Yeah, totally. Wow. Well, it is 6:30 in the a.m. here on the Pacific Coast. I am Michael, your host for mornings. I'm leaning in here so you can't see me. I'm just barely here. Hey, man, how's it going? Yeah. MTV. I want my MTV. Because it is Television Tuesday. MTV was a big part of my life in the 80s. MTV actually came to Lake Elsinore, California. It came to Elsinore, California during the MTV party phase, where they would set up all across the country. They would set up via satellite monitors and big TV screens, and they would have a big party, and they would have cameras aimed at the party. So, okay, now we're going to go to the Sahara Dunes Casino in Elsinore, California, and let's see what's going on over here. And yeah, everybody's there partying and having a good time. And they would just bounce all over the country. And we were there. In 1984, the Olympic torch came through Lake Elsinore, right through town. It was great. It was fucking awesome. Yeah, we had a lot of cool stuff going. And in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, I'm going to say late 80s. Correct me if I'm wrong out there, KLOS people. Mark and Brian, who were the morning show on KLOS for like 10 years at least. They did this skydive. And they took a Bob's Big Boy, one of those big giant fiberglass Bob's Big Boys, and they dressed him up and painted him up like Elvis Presley with the sequins and the collars and lapels and stuff, the big hair. So they created an Elvis Bob. And they took him up into this plane, and they shoved him out of the plane with a parachute on and skydived with Elvis Bob. And we actually went out there and watched this thing come down and watched these guys land. And Mark and Brian, they were in sequined Elvis outfits, actual, real, true Elvis outfits that they had gotten. Yeah. It was one of those morning show things, one of those stunts. They did a lot of stunts like that. But there was a lot of stuff that came to Elsinore, good and bad. We had a lot of, pardon me, a lot of serial killers, serial rapists, serial criminals, a lot of drugs. It was really, really good and bad. It was really a crazy place to live. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So, I am continuing the morning show tradition here, and I'm going to do some more bong hits. I'm going to do bong hits until I don't hurt enough that I can eat some breakfast. And then I'm going to eat some cream of wheat with honey and a cereal bar broken up into it. And a little bit of juice. And then probably a couple of hours later, eat some beans. So Mom last night, she made this great taco meat. And she cooked it for like hours, right? Hours. And so by the time I got to it, I was just mashed it up with my fork. It was just and it tasted so great. So I mashed that up with a fork and put it in with some beans and cheese, a little sour cream and guacamole. It was pretty good. Pretty damn good. I don't like it, but I'm getting used to my limited diet. It is what it is. So I'll probably eat that again today at some point. And then tomorrow I think we're going to make chili. Some homemade chili. And I've got 6 different kinds of beans, canned beans. I don't want to go the like 16 beans and then just add stuff to that and let that cook. The beans have to cook for like hours. What I let the meat cook for hours. And then I add the chili and all the seasonings and stuff, and all the beans. But the meat I let cook for a long time with a whole jalapeno and onions and a lot of broth, beef stock or broth. We're using beef stock because it's just got. I should have got some bone broth too to add to it. So that's pretty much the meat of the chili. And then there's 6 cans of beans, 6 different cans of beans that go into this. One of the cans is a larger pinto bean because I like pintos. And depending on how the other 5 cans look in there, I may or may not add that can of pintos. I have been eating a lot of pintos lately, so I just may do a 5-bean chili. But it's going to be some good spicy stuff because I need a flavor change, right? I got to have different flavored stuff. Yeah. Oh, look, a bong hit. So, Television Tuesday is a day that I love to talk about TV and reflect upon television stuff. Shazam. Shazam was one of those TV shows. It's the one where the kid says Shazam, and then Captain Marvel shows up. Right? Yeah. So let's see. Let's go back to Shazam. Let's go back to Shazam. And in that episode of Shazam, he plays a little blind boy. It's his third credit in 1974. He does one episode of Emergency. He's Kennedy Brown on The Healers, a TV movie. He's Chad Martin, a little blind boy, on Shazam. Also in 74, he's on an episode of Little House on the Prairie, an episode of Police Story, an episode of Cannon, an episode of Wide World of Mystery. He's in The Greatest Gift movie, and he's also in Reflections of Murder TV movie. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got 9 projects in 1974 alone. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 projects in 75. His little part on Escape to Witch Mountain, a TV movie, The Long Way Home, the Family Holvac, a TV series, 10 episodes. Wow. And then in 76, he does, wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 projects. And one of those 7 projects is 5 episodes, 5 TV movies for the after-school specials by ABC. Oh, wow. He was a real busy kid. And if you look at each and every single one of his acting credits that I recall from the 70s and 80s, especially the 70s, before he even became an adult, he was in it 100%. All of his acting abilities were so skilled. He was just a very, very smart actor. He really was. And if you look at some of his early stuff, he worked with a lot of really, really heavy people early on, right? I mean, he did Disney stuff. He worked with Jack Webb's company doing Emergency in 74, right? Police Story, Cannon. I mean, he got to work with William Conrad, right? Little House on the Prairie, he got to work with Michael Landon. Gunsmoke. Come on. Disney, Escape to Witch Mountain. The guy just, yeah, had a lot of great stuff. Now, The Loneliest Runner, we're going to talk about tomorrow. And that's one that he did in 76. TV movie. He plays John Curtis as a youth. John Curtis is a runner. And as a kid, John Curtis was a bedwetter, for lack of a better term, right? And he and so the movie, the beginning of the whole first part of the movie is him as a kid having to deal with that, right? And that's pretty heavy shit, you know. And then to start hiding it from your family because you can't stop. You can't, just no matter what you do, you can't stop. I never had a problem with bedwetting. Of course, a couple of times as an older kid, it happened. Mainly because I was just exhausted. And when you're in a dream and you're taking a whiz in a dream, you wake up going, oh crap, and you're trying to pinch it off because the action of urinating while you're asleep wakes you up, and you're like, oh no, you know. When you have trouble with bedwetting, it doesn't wake you up, right? You sleep right through it. You wake up in a wet bed and you're like, holy shit, what happened? And The Loneliest Runner is a hell of an acting job for Lance Kerwin. Even in the movie that we watched yesterday, The Amazing Cosmic Awareness of Duffy Moon, every single scene that he does, he really, really takes, you can see it that he takes it super seriously. You see a lot of the other kids, even Ike Eisenman in this, who later he was with in, or earlier, but later he was with in the Escape to Witch Mountain, right? And I believe 74, yeah, he was in Duffy Moon just before or about the time that he did Escape to Witch Mountain, just a small part, right? But wow. Even looking back, when I was a kid, I was like, wow, this kid is cool. But even looking back now at Lance Kerwin's early career, I'm still impressed. You know, look at his work in all of this early stuff. The 79, I think, is when he did Salem's Lot. Wow. Wow. That's a pretty heavy deal for, it was a 79 or 77 or something. Salem's Lot, 79, yeah, I was right. The Boy Who Drank Too Much with Scott Baio in 1980. Just some heavy shit. And he's always tapped because he can do serious. He can do, what Torment, you know, he just did it so well. Yeah, great stuff. I honestly wish I could talk to him, you know, and ask him about those early days. Because I look at this bio that's less than a paragraph. It's like 2 or 3 lines. And I'm like, how fucking horrible is that? You know? And what do? You know? There's probably nobody around to even cobble together enough information for a decent biography. And how sad is that? It makes me want to write a biography. And I'm nobody, right? But it's like I feel like I should, you know, and in a way this show is kind of like my autobiography. There's going to be enough in here that you could probably put together a decent book with these 4 seasons of this show. Yeah, going in. Totally. And not by smoking, I don't mean to pay disrespect to anyone who has had problems with controlled substances abuse. I can dig it, you know. If this bothers you, then I'm not going to see you here, I guess. If you're able to deal with it and realize that this is just entertainment and this is me, not you. I'm not here to influence anyone. or make light of anyone else's personal challenges. Believe me, I got my own. But you have to allow me enough courtesy and respect to just be me. This is me. This is who I am. I've been this way most of my life, and I've been fine with it. You know, it's the other people who are not fine with how I am who have the problem, right? I have no problem with who I am. This is who I am. This is who I was born to be. So when people look at me and go, oh, how can he, or why doesn't he, or maybe he should, they're the ones with the problem. First of all, your first problem is, this is not for you, change the channel. Second of all, you need to deal with yourself first. And then you should only be going as far as your children when it comes to controlling other humans. That's where I really have trouble with people of authority who just feel like they have, it's their purpose in life to control other people. And no, that's why people, get those positions of authority most of the time, because they just have to have control over other people. And I just don't do that. I don't do, to ask my daughter, I don't do control. I do help. You need my help? I'm right there. You need my input, you need my brain, you need me physically, whatever you need from me, I'm there. I will try to influence subtly in one direction or the other if it's needed. But more than likely, you're not going to get someone who's like, no, you have to do this, no, you have to do that, no, do it this way, do that. Unless we're working on a project and I'm the head brain, I'm not going to be in control of anything. And being the head brain just means this is the way we're doing it because this is the way the head brain knows how to do it. That's why I'm the head brain. If you do it better, then you become the head brain and I'll follow you. When we're at work, my wife is the head brain and I follow her. I go to her, I ask her about everything, because the whole idea of the job is her wheelhouse, house cleaning. And I'm just not good at that. I am if I'm told what to do and instructed on how to do it. Now, I'm great at cleaning house. Somebody else's house. I'm going to get this real hot and do another couple of bong hits. And we're going to talk about what's happening on the channel. All right, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Totally, man. Let's do that. Yeah, because we can do that. Alright, well, I was mistaken. It looks like it's only 5 cans of beans, and that large pinto beans is a part of that. So I'll be putting all those beans in the chili. I'm going to be making one big pot o' chili, because I love chili. And I love that Texas 6-gun chili that comes in like a paper bag. What the hell is that? I just got bit by something. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you not know it? I would be gotten bitten by something. Let me taste. Put this coffee cup up against it there. A little bit of heat ought to make the whatever is in there do its thing, and then go on from there. Yeah, got sidetracked again. Totally, man. So, yeah, what are we doing this week? On the old channel Areno here, this week, yesterday we got, on the 4 o'clock movie, we got The Story of Chinese Art. Today at 4 is The Outsider. Wednesday is Your Chance to Live. 4 is Lay My Burden Down, which is about the civil rights movement. And Friday at 4 we have Vietnam, People and War. So we are all over the map socially this week. We are kind of taking a look everywhere. And then, of course, on Friday at 5 p.m., we'll have another video time machine. I have no idea what is happening this week on the video time machine. I have no clue. No clue. Man, that bite. There, I've pretty much rubbed it raw, which is probably a good idea because whatever's in there has got to come out. So, also we've got the usual assortment of old-time radio. So that's one of the things that stays constant on my channel is old-time radio. And the other thing is the 4 o'clock movie. So there you go. Sometimes it's like short, 10 or 15 minutes long. I try to save the shorter stuff, 10 minutes or less. I try to save that for video time machines now. Because I like to throw those in. I like to throw an episode of something into a video time machine. I think this week I'm actually going to throw an entire episode of the Old American Barn Dance. So that'll be fun. Yeah. Totally, man. My leg is itching big time. I'll probably put some ice on it or something. Because that'll just deaden it and make it go away. So let's see. Let's do a last bong hit of the morning here. Of the morning. Well, pretty much the whole morning, because my next task will be working some more here in the office after I eat, and then probably creating more content for the channel, i.e. making videos, old-time radio videos. I will make what I can and upload what I can today here in the morning. And then I'm going to be getting ready to take off to go to Palm Desert, to the campus with my daughter for the day. It depends on what kind of nap I get between now and then. Sometimes I nap when I'm there. Sometimes I nap before we go. And then I try to stay busy doing stuff. I haven't had a chance to start a new book, even though I've got a bunch back here. My thing turned off back there. But I think I'm going to go to Thrift Books, which I better make a note. And online, Thrift Books, which is where we get textbooks. And I'm going to see if I can get some books there for pennies on the dollar. Thrift Books. And see if I can find the books that I'm looking for next to nothing. That'd be great. That would be fantastic. Looks like we just got a few minutes left of the show. I try to keep the time down to 2 hours of this, even though there's usually about a half an hour of pre-show. And I do the pre-show if you've been here before, I do the pre-show, as you know, just to make sure that technically the show is happening correctly. Usually the pre-show lasts for about 30 minutes. Sometimes it's glitchy. Sometimes I have to completely reboot the show. And sometimes it doesn't last at all. It only lasts a couple of minutes because I've had to do maintenance or something before I even get started. So, yeah. It can be kind of tedious trying to get the technical stuff figured out when I don't really have any technical chops for this digital stuff. I'm an analog man living in a digital world, so yeah, I'm telling you. I'm going to do this bong in here because I got time. I got time. Killing the pain. Yeah, I get it. People have different issues, you know, different things they got to deal with. It's nice to get support and positive influence when you're dealing with a challenge. You're dealt some hand that's like, oh, shit. You know, or you deal yourself the bad hand, whatever. It's nice to be helped out, encouraged, and sponsored, so to speak. But at the same time, to then turn around and shun those people from your past who are possibly still there doing whatever they're doing. Or you now turn around and well, try to control others and get others to think a certain way. That's fine and all for those who want that. But when you just cruise around going, yeah, you shouldn't do that anymore because I say so, then you lead to people of authority and people in power who are just saying, well, you know what? I know better. You put me in charge, so I know better, so I'm going to do it this way, regardless of what the majority thinks. My way is the best way. We got a lot of that going on in the world right now, and we need to figure that shit out. We really do. All right, I am going to get out of here because I must. I will be back tomorrow morning. I am going to be spending the next couple of days thinking about how to best do the video time machine, all right? Because I think we're going to involve some Lance Kerwin stuff. If I didn't on the last one, I'll have to take inventory. All right, people, you know what to do. Be nice, be kind, spread peace and love, not bullshit. But most especially out there, do something for yourself, right? And do something for somebody else because it makes you feel good, all right? You know where I'm coming from, all right? Especially stay weird, because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you. Nope. Well, I mean, they might, but it's not as much fun. All right, people, love you. Take care of yourselves and take care of those around you. I will see you in the morning. Love you. Adios. Bye now. Go on. Hey, that's me.